I got this awesome gift from a friend of mine. She painted it for me during the lockdown and surprised me with it. It is absolutely awesome. I'm trying to find a nice place in the background for it, and I haven't found a place yet, so I'm going to just leave it somewhere in view. We'll leave it there for now. So hello everyone and welcome. My name is Craig from Video Juice. Welcome back. First off the bat, I want to apologise for the delay in this video. It's my daughter's christening yesterday, so all of my energy has been going into that the last 2 weeks, so my time has been very limited. So I'm actually only filming this today. I want to say, someone was asking in the comments about the finale, what way I was going to do it. I'm going to have Stephen in. Stephen did some of my season 5 reactions with me. Scheduling conflicts, obviously we couldn't keep doing them constantly, together. I would love to do it constantly together, but it's not always possible. So he's going to jump in for the 2-part finale, and we will be filming them Sunday, so they won't be. It'll be a few days before they're out, after it airs. But the reason for this as well, I want to do just what we're going to do is I'm going to release the 2 videos, obviously, because it's 2 episodes stapled together. They're going to be separate reactions. After the last episode reaction and the end of it, we're going to talk about obviously the episode, the finale as a whole, the season as a whole, and then the show as a whole. So I'm going to get questions. I'm going to have a few questions done up from me. I'm going to give them to Stephen. He's going to do them up. I want you guys to give me questions as well at the end of this episode. Do the usual, the hashtag AOSQA, but I'll probably still have a question I'll post to you as well. But for all of this week, give me questions about the show as a whole, so we can just, so I'm going to have my own preset questions. It's just stuff like favorite characters and that, or favorite moments in the show. But if you guys have any cool, better answers or better questions that you want to ask us, give them to me and I can just wrap them off. And try and keep them small if you can, just so we can get a good few if we get an influx of them. So hopefully we do. I would like to get a good few questions, but yeah, I wanted to do that. I want to talk because it's the last episode. It's a fucking fantastic show. Me and Stephen both absolutely love it, and it'd be cool to just discuss the show as a whole, because the show has changed so much over the years. So it'd be cool to do a little kind of in-depth discussion about it, and questions from you guys would be awesome as well. So now, last time on Agents, we had Garrett come back. He got Gordon's powers. They fucking destroyed Afterlife. They took Gemma. They're going to try and get Fitz. Yeah, they fucked shit up. Yeah, that's the gist. People told me in the comments, and I found out afterwards, that the guy playing young Garrett was his son. That is awesome. That is really, really good. He got the mannerisms down so well, and the way he speaks, and just the character as a whole, he nailed it. I loved it. It makes me appreciate it a lot more knowing that it was his son, because he obviously doing it as a way to tribute his father. So that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad I found out afterwards, because it allowed me to kind of view his performance like without knowing that, But that's cool. It's cool. I'm glad he's around as well. He's still here, so we're gonna get more of him. So I'm excited. I said it last episode, I don't have any predictions. My only prediction would be the structure of the episode. I think they might do, if we're getting a flashback episode with showing what Fitz and Simmons did, I don't think it's going to be a full episode thing now. There's not enough time left. It'll probably get cut in between whatever else is going on in the episode. This episode would be a good way to do it if they're going to be trying to get Fitz. It could be a side-by-side with that. I do feel like the possibility of us only getting Fitz for the finale is there. It might be a thing where he pops up at the end of this episode, and then maybe the first half of the finale will be cut with the flashback, because we have to see it. They've hinted at something major happening. They've hinted at a significant amount of time passing. They're not going to not show us, just how much of an episode is going to take up is the thing. I'm kind of sad we're not going to get a full episode of it now, because they're character centric, like smaller focused episodes are really, really good. They're always the standout episodes of the season. So I'm disappointed we're not getting that, but I'm excited for everything that's happening. We had a Q&A, and I'm going to check them now. I'm extremely hungover today, so I have coffee instead of tea because I need some fuel. Kay Smith is the first question. They gave me my Daisy wish to meet her mom and instantly made me regret it. I feel like Daisy may try to kill Garrett or Nathaniel and die, but give Gemma time to get away. I really hope Jae-in can still regenerate or the team goes back and prevents some of this from happening. I feel like they have to correct some of it from happening, you know? Because I don't see them ending the show on a bad note, you know? I feel like it won't be perfect bow on top, but they have to fix some stuff. Or it's going to be a multiverse type thing, and they're going to... Because the time stream still exists, and it fits... I still have some theory that fits is linked some way to that, you know, because that's a way for them to observe the Chronocoms. If that is the case, they could look at the alternate timelines, or the branches, like Sybil was doing, and maybe jump to one of them, you know? And if they did that and went... Another theory of mine, going back into the main MCU timeline, even if they didn't do a direct crossover with any of the movies, which we kind of expect, we kind of guessed might happen at the start of this season, but even if they didn't do that, it would still allow them to use these characters in the MCU if they wanted to, you know, like, because Chloe Bennett has expressed wishes to play Quake again in the MCU if they ever wanted to, but whether they will or not is I don't know, but it'd be cool to have the option there, you know. But yeah, I really hope Deke doesn't die. I talked about it last episode. I want Deke to kill Nathaniel, or not Nathaniel, Garrett, just because it'd be a great side by side of Fitz killing Gordon in the main timeline. So that'd be cool. It could happen though, but you see, if this is a way of getting the implant out of Gemma, you know, if they know, because they technically should know about the implant if Sybil can view the timelines and see everything. So this could be a way of getting it out. So I feel like it could be an episode with them and Simmons together, and at the end of the episode they take it out, and then maybe we get a little flash of Fitz at the end. But again, most of my predictions have been wrong this season. Every time I think they're going to take a left turn, they take a right turn. So I don't know, but yeah, the Jae-in Daisy reunion was ridiculous as well. I legit don't think she can regenerate from this, because I think it's similar to when Cal broke her back. It must be something to do with the spine and just cutting off the connection to the head or something. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs to the powers, you know. But she would still need to take life force from other people. So I don't know. Anything is possible. Thank you for the question. This one is from Thomas Richards. I'm almost always wrong, but I have a feeling... I'm the same as well. I'm almost always wrong, but I have a feeling that Daisy is going to die or be lost to the team. Enoch told Daisy, your friends will survive. He didn't say you and your friends will survive. Also, these showrunners used Coulson's upcoming death in the season 5 finale to try and bookend the series, as if to say the story of S.H.I.E.L.D. was mostly about Coulson's second life and how he lived it with his team. So what if the real character's full story we were watching the whole time was Daisy? They could bookend the story of her life with having her die or not exist for the rest of her characters anymore. Fitz is alive, Sybil can see the future to an extent and kidnapped Gemma, so she could help her find Fitz because he is still a threat. If he was dead, she wouldn't be doing all of that. Also, if the showrunners didn't give fans a happy ending for Fitzsimmons, the writing would be unreal. ABC execs would get flooded with prosciutto and mozzarella sandwiches with a hint of pesto aioli. Where do I start? Yeah, the Daisy thing, I think Daisy might survive. I agree that she has become the main character. I mean, she technically could have been considered a main character anyway. You know, the show is about Coulson and centers around Coulson, but Daisy's been there since episode 1 as well. And a lot of the main storyline mysteries and main storylines overall have been her and Coulson. You know, the stuff with Coulson and Tahiti at the start, the stuff with her and her family, you know, it's always been around them. And especially leading up to Coulson's death in season 5, they were really pushing her forward, you know. So yeah, I could see that. I don't know if they will kill her off. I hope they don't, but yeah, the wording on a lot of the stuff I feel like is very deliberate as well, and you could be onto something with the friends, your friends will survive thing. Could be an ultimate sacrifice thing, you know. I don't know, but I it's more hope than anything. But I don't think she will die. What's the next part? Oh yeah, no, I agree Fitz is alive as well. Like, I was kicking around the theory about him being dead, but it still doesn't make a lot of sense. There's too much stuff going against it. hearing his voice, like he communicated with Gemma at the end of last season before they jumped to the past. And they beat us around the head with last episode. Last episode, I definitively didn't believe that he was dead. You know, the fact that the characters themselves questioned it made me like, no, it's not happening. Because it'd be a bigger shock if they didn't question it in the show. You know, plus again, it'd be too much retreading everything that happened in season 5 when Fitz died, and I do think he was initially meant to die then, but I don't think they will do that again. And of course, Fitzsimmons need to have somewhat of a happy ending because of all the shit they went through on this show. So, thank you very much for the question. I think that's all the questions. I closed my phone for some reason. Yeah, that's all the questions. Again, if you want to ask me a question, hashtag it AOSQA before Sunday. I will be doing. I'll be recording it with Steven. So I'm hoping to have part 1 out Monday, have part 2 out Tuesday. It'll take me a little bit longer to edit because of the season discussion. But give me all your questions about the show as a whole that you want us to answer. I did want to mention, someone in the comments pointed it out, and I noticed it in my rewatches and my editing of the actual reaction. The way Nathaniel curled his Quake was really, really cool. And that's the sort of stuff I was talking about him having a little bit more experience because of having the powers longer. Obviously, Daisy, I think raw strength with the powers, Daisy has the one up, but he has those little quirks where he can manipulate it a little bit differently because of the fact that he had to learn it all on his own. You know, he didn't have help. So that was a cool little thing. I missed it during the live reaction, but it was cool the way it curled and it just like flung her around as well. So hopefully we get a little bit more of that, little tweaks to the powers. Oh, this is the second last episode of the entire show. I'm so excited. Yeah, let's do it. Oh man, Daisy is fucking mad.
Daisy, that's enough.
Not until she talks.
Put her down, Agent Johnson. That's an order.
Oh man.
I want to be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, I love that intro. I love that title card. It's so good. What's her angle here? Right, because she left. She was waiting for Coulson, so there's some plan going on here. Deke is in deep waters, just like Nakatomi Plaza. Unreal. Oh, you got caught fast. I love it.
John, bring in the grandson.
Deke? He's here?
Fuck, they're gonna use Deke.
He doesn't know anything. Please, you can't. Then this will be your first time. You coming?
Hell yeah, he is.
May said this
I already have a sister to save. Her name is Gemma.
Hell fucking yes. I was thinking she was thinking along those lines.
Fuel getting out of the atmosphere?
Almost.
As long as you know what you're doing. You have flown this thing before, right?
It's your last chance to stay behind.
Fuck no, he won't. Sousa is the man.
What?
I heard takeoff is a piece of cake.
Yeah, landing is another story.
Get the hangar doors open without director authorization.
Yes, he's on board, right?
This is the only way to bring back Deacon Simmons. If we're gonna beat
He
Sybil,
has the axe
we have
on
to
his
be
back.
Unpredictable. We can't
play by her rules.
He's in. Yes! I'm so happy right now.
Authorization granted. Now give me that seat before I change my mind.
Stop! How is she blocking me from Fitz?
Oh, he saw it.
Never mind. If you think that you can... That's for my old man.
Oh, man. Oh, they made it.
Guys, my stomach feels...
You want to see control?
Oh, that looks fucking cool. Oh, what's she after doing? All part of the plan.
Daisy,
No, it's...
you know exactly who you are. With anyone.
What?
Really subtle.
Stop.
Cool.
I'll climb in your mind with you.
The more you dig, the deeper Fritz
Oh,
will
this could be
burrow
how we see it.
until he's disappeared completely.
I'm excited
Now,
Yeah.
and I'm scared.
this will be the hardest
This is
thing
it.
you have ever done.
Hello, there he is.
Trying to slow her down by disrupting the log aggregation, and that is literally the first time I've heard those words out loud.
How do you even know what that
I
is?
don't know what that is. I just know how it works.
Yo, yo.
They're tearing us away from a timeline we need to restore.
Oh, Jesus. She got the Coulson talk anyway.
There. Now we're a little bit closer to it. Does that feel better?
We have to grant Ward.
That got your attention. Oh,
She's just a child right now.
You're not against killing kids.
fuck you.
So much without Garrett, Ward would have been worse.
We've seen a world where Ward was good,
Yeah.
where he was put on the right path by the right person. People can change, even you.
Preserve oxygen. Copy that.
What are your intentions
Oh.
with Daisy?
I don't have any intentions.
Well, then you better get some. And quick. Daisy's been hurt. Bad. So, I'm happy she's ready to dive back in, and I'm happy it's you. I like you. You seem like a good man.
He's getting
Even
the
if you're,
talk.
you know, straight ahead.
Wait, is that bad?
But I'm not about to let her get hurt again. You hear what I'm saying?
I think you're threatening me, sir.
No. Not just me. Every member of this team. And we have technology at...
Quick.
Much better.
Have to admit, I might be getting a bit jealous. All the time you two are spending together.
I think we may be close to a working design.
Well, I'm not. Need better materials, none of this salvage scrap.
It's a good thing we are building a time machine, as it does not matter how long it takes.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, Enoch. Can you give us a moment?
So happy. But I know it's the end of the episode.
Live together. No mission. No end of the world. We could just be.
Is this about the blood work?
No. And yeah. But because we deserve it,
What?
regardless.
What your boy Nathaniel did. Funny if she just came alive now and just started sucking the life out of out of Cora. Fuck you, bitch. Will this sway her?
It's okay. It's okay, she can heal. Oh my God, I don't want to.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, I promise.
I don't want to forget, don't want to forget, don't want to forget.
I'm guessing from his attitude that he didn't find Fitz.
Fitz? Who's Fitz? You're not using my pain?
You bitch.
You think you know what I'm capable of?
Oh, that little music cue is unreal. Oh! Oh, I like that. You gotta know who you're fucking fighting. Ah. Oh. She just matrixed that. Oh, extraction.
What are you, like a computer genius now?
Yes.
Yes.
Quake?
Sorry, what now?
No, I'm just happy to help, Quake. Whatever you need.
Are you being funny?
Is it funny? Not if that's what you like to be called. Quake?
The press called me that.
You should probably put a Q on your utility belt so people know it's you.
That's really smart. That's why you came up here.
To call reinforcements.
What? Thought that base was decommissioned. Oh, they're destroying the bases.
No.
Oh. Oh, you bitches. No. That's the stinger. I spilled water on myself. I loved this episode. Absolutely loved it. There's a lot to digest. Lots of great moments. I'm going to jump straight in and talk about Fitzsimmons, right? Where to begin? I don't believe that Fitz is dead, right? I feel like they're so in our face about it, you know? First thought, obviously, was blood work. Fitz is dead, right? Terminal, something wrong with him. So they only have a certain amount of time left, so they take time out to spend their last little while together. The blood work could be pregnant. It could be Gemma being pregnant. And maybe they spend time out, obviously, because Gemma's pregnant, she gives birth. They spend some time with their child. And the implant was there to make her forget about that, you know, because if the Chronicoms get wind of that, it's another way of them using something against her, you know, and that would be a good reason for them to keep the implant in, you know, because it's their daughter. But I don't know, there has to be something else worked in there because she was distraught when it came out, and I don't feel like leaving their daughter would do that. But I don't feel like Fitz could be dead, you know. It was great to see Fitz, you know. We got a few old clips of him, which was great. But getting some new footage of him, I needed it. I needed it. But I don't think we're getting full story. Like it could be what it's being presented as. Something could have happened to Fitz. She could be distraught over what happened, but you know, I feel like they're going to pull a switcheroo. I feel like they're going to pull a switcheroo. But, yeah, because we heard his voice, right? We heard his voice. He communicated with Gemma at the end of last season. Before they jumped. Which means he has to be alive in some capacity. Right? And, like, yeah, I was going to say he's in a place where they're observing the Chronicoms, but sure, that's probably all bullshit anyway. You know, that was probably just stuff that Diana put in. I was wondering as well, could the stuff we saw, could they be just left there as like kind of a decoy memories in case someone tried to break into Diana, you know? Because he didn't have any trouble getting in there, you know, and seeing these specific memories. Maybe they left them sprinkled throughout. I don't know. It was so good. So good. So, I was thinking as well about what would have been cool If Fitz was like, if there was if he was like going to be this digital thing, or if he was hiding out in there, I was thinking like when Nathaniel was like up in his face saying, "Where are you?" If he just turned to him and said something, and like, you know, but there's no way. I don't think there was any way that could work. But it would have been a cool little oh shit moment. I still feel like he's going to pop up and save the day. We're going to be led to believe he's dead, and then he's going to pop up and save the day. At least I hope, you know, because I've been thinking about this. I'm thinking about it since the Enoch thing with the team won't survive, right? They all have someone now. If the team was going to disperse and they were just going to live normal lives, right? They're after bringing in Sousa for Daisy. So you have the two of them. You have Mac and Yo-Yo, right? You've got Fitzsimmons and Deke. You know, Deke, he's going to fit in wherever you put him, you know? He just does that, you know? He's going to steal some shit, he's going to make some money, he's going to fit in anywhere. But he could, at the start, go with Fitzsimmons, you know? Because they're family. Coulson and May. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't think Coulson wants to persist as a Chronicom, as a robot. But they could possibly go together. I don't know. You know, they could go that route. But that's assuming everyone makes it out alive as well. You know? Could May die? Could Fitz die? Could any of them die? Because, like, realistically, the stuff Enoch said, excuse me, the stuff Enoch said doesn't have to come true. The whole thing about the team surviving, he's seen the future. Because they're constantly changing stuff. So, you know, that could be a small little red herring as well, where they're making you think that people are going to be okay when they might not be. I don't know. The few diehard references at the start with Deke was great. I'm really glad that Deke didn't break, you know. I knew he wouldn't. I really knew he wouldn't, just because it's his family, you know. Deke is resilient as well, you know. Look at where he grew up, you know, in the future on the lighthouse with all the fucking Kree and all that. So, but I'm glad he's tough. So, I'm gonna say I'm not liking Cora that much. She has this episode specifically because she flip-flopped on so many things, you know. I can't really. Her character is just weird, you know. She seemed sincere when, apparently, according to May, she seemed sincere with the whole wanting to be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all this shit, you know, and she breaks down and gets really upset over Jiaying and then just goes back with them. I know, like, she didn't technically... Garrett just came in and took her, and she did look a bit out of it at the end. She looked a bit kind of like, what do I do now? You know, she's in a tough... If she was going to turn around, she's in a tough spot, you know. She's on a ship next to a load of Chronicoms, on a ship filled with Malik's people and fucking Garrett, people with superpowers and shit. Granted, she's formidable, but... Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping she turns it around. I feel like she might, just based on the way she was acting at the end, you know, prior to her kiss with Nathaniel. And again, that could be just her being in deep water, playing her part, you know. She could be a catalyst in Nathaniel's downfall, you know, if she wants to. It could be a thing where she starts to notice stuff, you know, starts to notice that he is the guy that May and Coulson were telling her he is. And she might notice that throughout the next episode or whatever, and then do a turn on him. But I mean, her character's a little bit wishy-washy for me at the moment. Let me know if any of you guys agree. You know, I didn't have a problem with her before. I still don't have a problem with her, you know. But we got more of her in this episode, and I just her and her motivations and stuff, and the way she was acting, I was kind of like, okay, okay. I don't know. I liked all the being unpredictable stuff. It's the only way you can approach fighting someone like Sybil. The whole thing with Mac coming on board the Quinjet was just ridiculously good, you know. Yeah, as soon as I saw him there with the shotgun axe, I was like, yes, he is on board. And the music in the background and everything, that whole scene was just perfect. I love it. All the stuff with Mac and Sousa was so good as well. You know, Mac having to talk with Sousa. Mac is just he's such a likable guy. You know, he's such an awesome character. And doing the like kind of the big brother bit to Daisy, or for Daisy to Sousa was just really good. Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to do it again, the whole Sousa Daisy thing, because obviously it all got changed in the Loop episode. It all got erased. So I'm glad that it's on board. I thought we were going to get a kiss at the end before they just blew up every shield base in the fucking world, apparently. Like, is the lighthouse going to get targeted? They're going to have to bolt out of there. Is the lighthouse a known one? Or is it a hidden one? You know, I don't know if... I can't remember if it was on the list. They probably showed it, because they had names, I think, on the map. So I'll have a look when I'm editing the video and see. But they've done it, I assume. You know, they've wiped out S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. Yeah. It was a very emotional episode. It was almost an emotionally draining episode, because there was so much going on. The stuff with Daisy talking about family and, like, not knowing who she is without the team and what she would do after it. All of that was fucking devastating, you know. And it's such a great... It's not even a callback, but it's such a great... Kind of is a callback to her early character motivations, you know. Just wanting to find her family, find out where she came from and all that. And obviously that didn't go exactly as planned, but it's great that that's still a thing in her head, you know. And obviously she found a family in S.H.I.E.L.D., which was cool, you know. But it was a tough seeing her break down like that, you know. And it's true. Look at all the stuff they've been through, you know. It's hard to imagine these characters not being S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, you know. It's hard to imagine them just being normal people and not being around each other. But it's gonna happen. But I'm glad, at least, as I said, at least they all have pairs. They all have someone, granted if nobody dies, they all have someone to start a new life with, you know. Start a new family. It's good. Acting in this episode overall was just incredible as well. I really enjoyed everybody. And the bit, I fucking knew it was coming, and I should have said it when the scene happened. The bit with Daisy saying that she's going to go get her sister, and she's like, her name is Gemma Simmons. I was like, fucking yes. So good. So good. There was so many just like small scenes in this that were just so well done and so powerful. I love it. I love it. I love that they acknowledged all the timeline stuff, the fact that they are not in the OG timeline anymore, you know. It's cool just to see them acknowledge that on the show. I love them. It's just such a small thing, but one of my favorite things about this episode was I can't remember the exact wording. Was it Yo-Yo saying to Coulson, "Oh, so you're just a computer genius now?" And he just turns and goes, "Yes," and then keeps on working. It was just done so fast. It was so good. And then like just the Quake thing, Sousa finding out that she's called Quake was just great. It is great. Because some, like, I don't mind Quake as a name, but some superhero names are just a little bit silly, you know, when you think about it. But I liked the acknowledgement of it. And Sousa was just all over it. I love it. I love it. That's pretty much all I have from this episode. I said I would mention it. Someone in the comments commented on the fact that I was talking about the knife guy, the guy that can summon knives, how it was a bit of a stupid power, you know. And again, I was saying that in regards to what they were using it for, you know, being these bad guys. It'd actually be a handy power if you were just a normal guy, you know. Need to chop some veg, whoosh, bang, job done, you know. Knife is always there. The only problem is I was thinking, like, what if you get rid of the knife, right? If you despawn the knife, does all like if you're chopping veg and there's little bits of veg on it, does that all just fall to the floor or does it just disappear? Yeah, I don't know. Probably just I don't know. But yeah, I said I'd mention that because from a practical standpoint, it's a good power. But in terms of like what they're trying to do, like you're fighting some people with super speed and teleportation powers, and you can summon a knife. Hey, he got gypped, and he was there longer than Garrett, and Garrett strolls in and just gets teleportation powers. I would win livid. That's pretty much. I can't talk. That's pretty much it. Again, I loved the episode. Yeah, the only thing I didn't love about the episode was just Cora. Just the way she was this episode. She was a bit wishy-washy with stuff, and The fight with May was fucking badass, you know. I'm hoping that she will do a turn, you know, because she was really distraught and sad over Jia Ying's death, you know, and the way she looked at the end scene, I feel like she is questioning it. So I feel like there might be a turn. But yeah, I have, again, no predictions for next episode. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do. I gave my predictions about Fitz, with the blood work being the pregnancy thing, because that would be a reason for them to save the daughter, you know. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. What are they going to do? Chronicoms are fucking here. They're here. What? Like, is it just going to be all out war? I have no idea. Shield is gone, apparently. What's going to happen with the lighthouse? Is that on the map? Is that what they're going to target? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. As I said, hashtag AOSQA. Give me your questions about this episode, or opinions, or talking points about this episode, and give me stuff for the show as a whole, for when we're doing the discussion about the show as a whole, pretty much. So any questions or opinions or anything you want read out, try and keep them as short as possible, because I'm hoping to get a few. And we're going to have my own questions that I'm going to give to Stephen, and I'm going to think on them as well. So all of it is welcome. I am going to pose a question. I should say really fast, the call outs to previous characters is cool as well. They were talking about like Lash and Lincoln and Grant Ward and all that. That's cool. Hopefully we're going to get a little bit of them. I don't know I don't know if we're going to get to see any of them now, because it doesn't seem like they're going to be jumping anymore, you know, but I don't know. So I had a question for you guys, and it was a question that somebody asked me for the Q&A a few weeks ago, but I feel like it's a good question now, just because we're going into the finale, and if they do some sort of time jump thing, you know, because we have 2 episodes, and 8, like, the writing in the show is really good at being fast paced and still good, you know. So we could get a thing where they start jumping through time. If that happens, right, and if there's a possibility of this happening in the last episode, what characters would you like to see for the last time, like previous characters? Because I was only thinking throughout the week, Hunter. I would love to see Hunter again, just once, you know. Obviously they had the failed spin-off idea, what was it called? Most Wanted, I think it was. Marvel's Most Wanted. Him and Bobby. I'd love to see Bobby again as well, but I just love Hunter. You know, he was such a fun character on this show. I love seeing Hunter on the show. So Hunter and Ward would be my top 2, I would say. Ward is for obvious reasons. You know, it's last season. I would love to see him at least once. And they even kicked around the idea here. They were like, he's not always bad. You know, they've seen a version of him that's good. So, and that was a version that Victoria Han got a hold of instead of Garrett. But I suppose S.H.I.E.L.D. has been obliterated now. So if they jump again, it might not necessarily go that way. So, but let me know what you guys think. What character, if they're going to bring any more characters back for one last time, if they do some sort of jump story for the last episode, what character would you like to see more than anyone for the last time? Thank you very much again for watching. I don't know if I said thank you already. We will be back next week with the finale and last ever 2 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Excited, sad, not ready for it. Already bracing myself for being obliterated emotionally. Hit that like button and subscribe if you liked the video. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comments below. Check out our social media links if you want to stay up to date with all things Video Juice, and we will see you next time. Later.
Pull me from the ashes so I could soothe your frightened mind, and let our souls collide. Rising tide so we can ride away upon a tumbling wave.